What a beautiful Friday morning. It's good to be here with you folks. Let me run through a couple of things with you. Tomorrow at Cotant Park, there's going to be the Portneuf Valley Out of the Darkness Community Walk. It's a suicide prevention event. It's going to be a fundraising event, and there'll be a lot of things happen. Come on over to Cotant Park tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. You can register to participate with the 5K walk. The event will start at 10 o'clock. I'll be reading a proclamation. Kelly Packer will be there to address the community a little bit, and then we'll do the event of the walk. It's a great cause. Come and get some education about suicide prevention, and let's all be a part of a really neat event tomorrow, again at Cotant Park. Monday, Kind Community is going to have their event. It's going to be in downtown, Old Town Pocatello. It starts at 5 o'clock in the evening, and should be a real fun event. This is, I think, their fourth year. It might even be their fifth year, but it's at least their fourth. But these are great events. Come down and see what Kind Community has to offer us, and they have made such a wonderful difference in our community in promoting kindness. And so again, come down Monday night and participate with that. Also next week, there's going to be some meetings here at City Hall. On Tuesday night, the CDA, the Chubbuck Development Authority, will have a meeting at 5:30. And then the following evening, on September 18th, Wednesday night, the City Council will have a study session that'll start at 4:30. Most of those start at 4 o'clock, so note that change. It'll start at 4:30, and then the full council session will be at 6 o'clock. So if you'd like to participate with any of those meetings, come on over to City Hall next Tuesday and Wednesday and participate with those. On September 17th, that's really an important day, and sometimes I think we don't give that enough day. This is when the Constitution of the United States was signed on September 17th. And there's going to be an event on the steps, out in front of the steps at the federal courthouse, and that will be at 1 o'clock. It's called Bells Across America, and at 1 o'clock we'll be ringing that replica of the Liberty Bell there at the federal courthouse. And this is going to be happening, this kind of an event will be happening at 1 o'clock throughout the nation. So again, come over to the federal courthouse on Tuesday, September 17th at 1 o'clock and participate with that. That'll only be about a half an hour project, so come on over and participate with it. The last thing I want to talk to you about is the opportunity that I had the first part of this week to be in Washington, D.C. and participate with the State Leadership Days Conference at the White House. And it was a wonderful event. It really was. We had the opportunity to talk to a lot of folks. Let me tell you the people that were there. This was local elected officials from the states of Alaska, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, Oregon, South Dakota, Washington, and Wyoming. And we had the opportunity to hear from a lot of the folks who were involved in the staffing. We heard from Secretary Barnhart, the new Secretary of Interior. We heard from folks that had to do with the Department of Transportation, from the EPA. Just about every organization was represented there. One of the really neat presentations we received was those who are on the front lines of fighting the drug problems in our nation, and it was really interesting to see the things that they have going there. I think the thing that I left so encouraged with there is we're doing some of the most important things that she talked about are actually happening in our community. We have a high traffic area that they've designated, and our police department, along with others, are working that and having a very successful program of bringing some of these drug dealers, getting them taken care of and out of our community. The other thing that we have is a drug court. I don't know how many of you are aware of that. I've had the opportunity to participate with graduations from that drug court on several occasions, and it's been a very successful program in helping people turn their lives around and get out of that drug situation. And then we've opened that crisis center here in town. I don't know how many of you are aware of what the numbers were coming out of that, but within the first couple of months of it opening, upwards of 70% of the people who were being treated at the crisis center were self-admitted. To me, that's huge. These weren't people that police brought in or that came in through court order. These are people who came in themselves, acknowledging and recognizing that they had a problem and needed help. As they talked to those folks, they found out that their choices were either come to this crisis center, which to me shows how important and vital this crisis center is to our community, or they'd have ended up in a hospital, in jail, or possibly dead. And so I'm just so grateful that we have these. And I had the opportunity to talk to this gal that presented to us. She said those are 3 of the most important things that can be happening in a community. So I think we're doing well, and I'm grateful to know that. One of the highlights of my experience there was having the opportunity to meet and speak with Vice President Pence. It was truly an interesting experience. I had the opportunity to go to his office and to be able to review some things there. One of the things that happened there, his assistant that takes care of things there at the office has a son who played baseball with Christian Colonel. And so we had the opportunity to talk a little bit about that. I've had the opportunity to call Christian and have a discussion with him. We're grateful for Christian and the good things he's doing in our community, but what a connection that gave us. And so one of the real positive things that came from that is that we truly do have some good connections in the Chubbuck area now, so that when we have some challenges or some opportunities, we have some places to go to talk to folks to see what we can do, not only to get some help, but to further things to make them to go a little better. So folks, I'm just grateful to be with you. There are great things going on in our community, and I'll be glad to talk to you again next week, so have a great week.